Hey everybody, News Now Wyoming bringing you another episode, this time talking about more recent events, something that just happened last night. News Now Patrick, News Now Community, or News Now Houston, whatever you know him as, and a third guy arrested development or something like that, were all arrested last night for walking on the curb next to a sidewalk, or not a sidewalk. And we'll show you exactly what that means here in a minute. They were arrested, and then News Now Patrick went and bailed them out this morning as soon as they were confirmed as being arrested. And this did happen again down there in Texas. This happened in LaPorte, Texas, which is going to be one of the outlying towns around Houston. LaPorte, Texas has been shown to have no care about its citizens. It doesn't care about anybody's rights. I wouldn't say it rises to the level of Leon Valley, but it's getting there. It's getting there pretty bad. And let's just check this out. We're going to listen to some of what News Now Houston says here. We're going to go to a video where he goes back to day after he's released and goes over the scene of the crime. And let's see, do we agree that they should have been arrested for this crime? Arrested?
Who's the shift lieutenant right now? Oh, so you're in Fort Texas. Oh, he says that he's arresting all of us because we didn't cross the street to walk on that sidewalk over in a residential neighborhood.
Unbelievable.
We walked on the curb right here, not on the road, but on the curb. And he says that's a crime. They're going to arrest all three of us.
It's a residential neighborhood, Sergeant.
Whew. All right, so so getting arrested for walking on the curb next on the street. Horrible, horrible crime. Instead of ticketing them, which would still be silly considering the circumstances here, we're going to just arrest them. Which, okay, fine. I guess it's their prerogative to do so. But it still seems a little excessive, especially when we hear about what else happened this evening here in the next video. Now, I do want to say that this is me taking News Now Houston at his word. And that is hard for me to do. He has said multiple times, here's what happened, and I'll release all the video camera to prove that this is what happened, and he never releases it. Because as he watches his camera footage, he realizes that his lies are called out, and so he never releases it. Here he says the same thing. My body camera was running, News Now Patrick's body camera was running, and we'll get that put together and we'll release it, and you'll see all of everything that we are saying. Well, he's been proven before that, or he has demonstrated before that if it proves him to be a liar, he just never releases it. So I have a hard time taking him at his word, but right now that's all we've got. We don't have the arrest report. All we've got are the charges, which it is the charge for walking on the sidewalk or walking on the street. And we've got what he says in the next video. So let's just go over there.
Good morning, folks. It is. For those of you that've seen the live stream, what you know that really helps your morale. So we came down the street from that direction there, down there by that porta potty. And as we're coming in this direction, hold on, I'm gonna get up here and point myself in the right direction. So you see the porta potty there. So we're coming down the street. We're somewhere in here. There's a raccoon that runs across the ground here, and Patrick put a flashlight on it. Anyway, so then the lights on that black Toyota right there blink. So Patrick put a flashlight on it. We're just walking. We're not like hanging here or anything. I want to get that plate number. So put a flashlight on it, and There's a lady comes out of that house over there where all the cars are parked funky, blocking driveways and whatnot in the street. So, and they were like that last night too. So, lady comes out of that house and she's like, "Hey, get away from my car. What are y'all doing?" And we're like, "Nothing. We're okay. We're fine." So we walk on. We're walking this direction. About halfway down the block, we get right here where that gray Ram pickup truck is, and she's still ranting and raving back there. And she gets into the car, and she gets a gun. Now she's standing in the street. That all happened right about here, but we continued to walk. We're like, "Don't engage her. You know, she's got a gun. Let's just walk away." And so we continue walking that way. But what she has done, she's back there in the street in front of that red car with a handgun. She racks the slide and she says, "I got a gun. I'm going to shoot you, or I will shoot you," or something to that effect. Have to go back to my body camera and see if the body camera got it. And, you know, and we're just like, okay, we're not going to engage her. Let's just keep moving. This woman, you know, it sounded like she was intoxicated. Her speech was slurred and stuff. So we can just continue moving. We get down here, cut through, and we're about, you know, where we were. Okay, now according to this.
So this is where the cop car was, is right here on the left-hand side. So this is basically where it happened. We are about to lose video. It freezes on his end on his live stream, so we don't actually get to see while they're still walking here. But what the cop says he wants them to do, is here where this sidewalk ends. You cross the street, and then you walk here. You cross the street, you walk here, you cross the street, you walk here. There's another construction zone over there. So then you cross the street again. Okay, raise your hand if you would do that. Raise your hand if you think, yep, that sounds reasonable. That sounds perfectly fine. I have no issues doing that. Now again, this is late at night. There is no traffic. There's no danger of them walking on the curb here. And let's face it, that's just stupid. So instead, they get arrested, and they do tell them about the lady pulling the gun, cocking the gun, and the cop decided not to investigate that at all. So he arrests them for walking on the curb of this stupid street because of all this construction. But he won't even investigate lethal threats for walking down the street. I mean, yeah, what the hell? Just tell me, what the hell? Now, Texas. I have a lot of family in Texas. I spent 5 years down there in the Air Force, and all my family for my dad's side is still there. I have a lot of love for Texas as a whole. But what the hell, Texas? Now, I've got a theory, and we'll talk about it. Now, if we just look at the map here, Texas is largely a red state. And if you look, La Porte, Texas would be here in Harris County, which is Houston. And so it's a blue city, right? It's a blue county, I should say. 54% Democrat and only 41% Republican. So not heavily Democrat, but okay. So that must be the problem, right? Because San Antonio, Bexar County, as well, which is where Leon Valley and all those are. Let's see here. 53% Democrat and 40% Republican. Okay, so there must be a problem here. Obviously, that must be the problem. These are left-leaning counties with 53%. Right? Now, what happened in San Angelo? This is where the guy was arrested, where Jack Miller was arrested at Walmart for failing to ID himself. I've done multiple videos on that lawsuit. I've done a breakdown of that video if you want to look at that. So clearly, San Angelo must be a blue county too, right? 71% Republican. Excuse me. 71% Republican Party. Whew. Okay, so I would call that, well, this says it's moderately conservative. What do these say? Leaning liberal. With 53%, it leans liberal. Hold on really quick. Let me tell somebody to stop messaging me. Okay. And then this one here with 73% says leaning conservative with 71%. So it leans conservative. It's not really conservative with 71% of people being Republican. 50%, 51% sounds like leaning. 71% seems a heck of a lot more here in the red than over here. Sorry. But, so obviously this is not a party problem. So what the hell is it? And also to demonstrate that, who in the Supreme Court grants qualified immunity more than any other justices? The right-leaning members of the Supreme Court grant qualified immunity a lot more than the ones on the left. Even that case that we covered a few weeks back, that was just extending hope. The case of Hope, it was Taylor versus Riojas. The only person to go against it was Thomas, the most right-wing conservative on the bench, currently serving on the bench. So, crooked police is clearly can be done in any county or any political party. We see that here, right? There aren't too many places in Texas that are safe against police corruption or police overreach, police going too far. Every part of Texas is seeing that. It doesn't matter if they're red or blue. What I think it is, though, are more of those right-leaning people that love the police no matter what they do. They support the police no matter what they do. I still remember all the situation that happened with the Tuttles. What was that? Is that 2 years now or 3 years? I don't. Time is just going by. The Tuttles down here in Houston. All of these people came out in support of the police, saying that they did nothing wrong. And then it turns out, as investigation continued and they lied on documents, they made up witnesses, and they committed all this perjury, and now they're being charged with murder and falsifying evidence, all this stuff. People are saying, oh, wait, maybe they were wrong. Maybe they were. A lot of people, especially conservatives, aren't even saying with certainty that they were wrong. Screw you, they were wrong. Now, to be fair, to be open and honest here, I hate both political parties. I think the two-party system is complete trash. I despise both parties. But Texas just has this love of their cops that no matter what they do, they can't do anything wrong. And the police unions down there in Texas are so powerful that anybody, whether they are a cop or a civilian, can't really speak too highly against the police without the union coming down on them hard. Even when they were Leon Valley at their city council meeting, had that meeting where they were talking about Joe Salvaggio and some of his policies, and the union, which Salvaggio is not part of, came to speak in favor of him and his policies of deceit, his policies of openly violating rights. They came to speak in favor of that. The union, the police union power, especially down there in Texas, for some reason, is just so powerful. I don't understand it. Because, again, this is both parties here, right? This is not just a Houston problem. This is not just an Austin or a San Antonio problem. Houston is one of the worst. San Antonio is some of the worst. But it's across Texas. So to my friends, to my family, to my viewers in Texas, get your shit together. Stop supporting the police no matter what they do. They do not deserve your undying loyalty. Not for every case. Just pull your heads out and look. See exactly what is happening. Why are you still supporting them? Why are you still letting them get away with it? Why aren't you talking to your city council members? Why aren't you talking to your county sheriff and voting in a new one? Why are over half the county sheriffs, they've been in their positions for over 12 years, yet this crap goes on. It goes on with deputies, it goes on with the police departments. Pull your heads out of your butts. Get it together, Texas. I love you. I love you as a state. I love my time there. I love my family that's there. But pull your heads out and fix the problem. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. What do you think about the arrests? Should they have been arrested for walking in the street? And again, let me know. Would you have crossed the street 5 times just to get 500 feet down the road? Would you have done that, or would you have walked on the curb? Let me know. I'm really curious to know if I'm in the minority there. Alright, have a great night.